Hey, it's Chris. Thanks for joining me again. In the last video, I showed you a technique to help you stop OCD checking the coffee maker. In today's lesson, I promised you that I'd teach you how to increase the effect of this system 100% for checking the coffee maker to make sure it's off when you check it. Just briefly, if you're wondering what these techniques are all about, they're basically the modification of two ancient mnemonic techniques or memory systems that were developed over a couple thousand years ago. So for this lesson, I promised you that I'd increase the effectiveness of teaching that coffee making machine technique by 100%. So what I mean by that is what we're going to do is we're going to use the system to check the electrical outlet that it's plugged into. We're going to label that to our body and apply the memory system. So we only have to check it once, and when we leave the house or place of work, we'll carry that information on our body with these memory systems. So all we have to do is check the information on our body, and that will put our mind at ease that we've checked the coffee maker and the electrical outlet next to it. So I'll get quickly into it. The first part is to do the last thing you did with the coffee maker, and that is to unplug the coffee maker into the usual power outlet it's plugged into and move it away from a power source if that's possible. I mean, some coffee makers are quite big, so that's not a reality, but you can still switch it off at the wall. So what you do is you switch it off at the wall, move it away from the power outlet, then you look at the real power outlet that is connected to the wall. And for the rest of the check, you do not look at any other thing other than the real power outlet. Now, as you're looking at the power outlet, you place the image of ice crusting over it. Ice is the image for cold, and cold means that if the power outlet is cold, then that's symbolic that it is off. So that's the imagery we use to make sure that our electrical appliance is off. So look at the real power outlet, see and imagine ice crusting over it, and then we're going to place this image on a body part now. So I like to use my shins and thighs. So still looking at the real power outlet, imagine putting some glue onto your thigh, onto the top of your thigh, and then imagine sticking a power outlet, an imaginary power outlet to it, one of those ones you buy from the hardware store that's it's not connected to anything, it's just a plastic power outlet. Imagine sticking that to your thigh, but you're still looking at the real power outlet, not the imaginary one on your thigh. Then imagine ice crusting over that power outlet on your thigh, or imagine putting a big bag of ice on it, and then start wrapping around some bandages around your thigh with the power outlet, the frozen power outlet connected to it. So while you're doing this, you're still looking at the real power outlet. You're labeling this information to your body, so you're confirming with your eyes that the real power outlet is off while you're applying this information to your thigh. So whenever you walk away, when you walk away from the coffee maker and power outlet, you'll have the coffee maker frozen onto the top of your head, the power outlet frozen onto the top of your thigh, and when you're away from the coffee machine, all you have to do is remember the imagery, and we use vivid, unusual imagery, that the coffee maker is on top of your head, the power outlet is labeled to your thigh, and if they're both frozen to tell you that they are off, and since you know you checked it physically with your eyes at the same time you put this information onto your body, then all you have to do is remember this vivid, unusual imagery, which is a cinch because it is so unusual that you can't help but remember it. That's our lesson for today. It was a bit of a long one. I didn't intend it to be. In the next lesson, I'll tell you the components of this system. It's a 4-part system, and I'll tell you what they are in the next video. It's a framework that I use for every check that I do. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.